Hello, hello. Is our sound working?
Yeah, let's
Please
all
tell us
check our
that
sound.
before
Hey,
before I
everybody.
start launching into the
Hello?
intro.
Hello?
Audio.
Audio.
Hey.
Hey, and audio is present.
Good.
Excellent. Hello, all of you internet friends and webcomic fans. I said fam, but that's what I mean.
Webcomic
This
fam.
is this is because I'm young and hip.
Lane's
Uh,
hip.
This is your friendly neighborhood dungeon biologist, welcoming you to another episode of Trash Heroes, the Dungeons and Dragons stream, wherein we recount the epic adventures of this wildly improbable collection of horrible creatures known as the Trash Heroes. Our players are this group of wonderfully talented internet cartoonists. Please check out all of their work in the links that you can see in the upper right corner or in the video description below if you're checking us out later on YouTube. And of course, as you will see, we instead of our usual Danielle Corsetto, who is being practicing being Danish for a period of time, we have our wonderful guest star Howard back for
Yay.
a second round. And without further ado, I shall once again introduce the characters. So, if I can find my notes. All right. Of course, Keeper of the Vermin, Protector of the Trash Heap, Fetid Quaggle.
Hi.
And next up, the larger-than-life fighting superstar that is Ugna Sugar Tusks. And, Howard's name is still misspelled.
Oh, how did I do that?
Fix that. I think you either went back to the previous one,
Oh,
because I thought you fixed
yep,
that.
you're right. No, I did fix that one. I need to reload that.
Meanwhile, I'll say next up we have the trickster cleric, rogue baker, all-around party animal that is Tromlin Dariels.
Hello.
Instead of our usual all-natural Genasi swamp druid Glorpa, we have the last word in public relations and detective working. That is Hollis Rockabilly.
You are too kind, my friend, too kind.
And last but not least, our sweet old grandpa, who is also accidentally an ancient warlock, Copernicus Sunshine.
Oh, hello.
And let me launch into our recap of last time. A number of very interesting things happened. After the big pit fight, the party found themselves being introduced to the dwarf paladin Hollis Rockabilly, who is their new friend, claiming that he owes them a great favor since they were the ones who outed the cheaters in the pit fight. So the group went back to an out-of-the-way tavern run by a rather taciturn troll, and various drunken shenanigans ensued as Perny and Barb got more than half cut on Hollis's dwarven ale. Ugna did some awkward aborted flirting with Basilisk the pit fighter.
I chickened out.
Fetid ate several people's body weight worth of troll ribs
Yep.
and other mystery meats. And Tromlin snuck off into the night to visit his father's villa in town, where he stole a book of his family's genealogy, a small fortune worth of his brother's jewelry, his father's pipe, signet ring, and purse, and left a note for his father, a mysterious note. Oh.
I'm sure that will not bite me in the ass later at all.
Oh, good. Good.
Sure.
It was my turn to do something stupid.
Unless you're
just
using a
realized-
particularly
It's so
juicy grade
rare.
of paper, the paper should not be biting anyone's ass.
Could be a mimic. That's been a problem lately.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a mimic trapper keeper now.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
Like, little Google eyes are actually its eyes.
Yep.
Just sending
Secret messages.
update information. All right, and where was I?
Channel do those go in?
Sorry?
If I don't want to miss a secret message to me,
Oh,
what
no.
do I need to have open?
Don't worry about it. If I send you a secret message, it'll just be to your Discord name. It'll be a DM on Discord, so you're already there. And the next morning, after Tromlin returned and the group managed to drag themselves back into consciousness, they all went down into the sewers of the local Quaggle colony to question the weasel warrior who was caught in Fetid's trap from the previous day. And they learned through the questioning that various tribes of weasels have been displaced from the wildwoods and are pushing into the city sewers. But thanks to the diplomacy of their new friend, they struck a deal to increase the livability and defenses of the Ravenfall sewers using Glorpa's magic and Hollis's dwarf connections, and form an alliance between the one tribe of weasels and the local goth quaggles. So
We're making
basically,
a new dwarven city.
yeah, building
quaggles.
new communities wherever we go, new horrible, filthy communities.
I
Then
mean,
the
also
party
in
stopped.
game.
That's the game.
Quagglification, I guess.
Yep.
Then the party stopped in to chat with Copernicus' cousin Felix, and learned a bunch of information about the activities of Tromlin's family, particularly their involvement with the vile Baron Langarian, and possibly with the local Raven cult. And from there, the party continued their journey to the Wildwoods beyond Ravenfall. So we could maybe even pull up the map at this point.
I'm just
that's
working
okay.
on getting that reloaded. There we go. It just popped up.
I'm not seeing it.
And I'm
But then
getting
again,
it
I
going.
wouldn't delay.
Give it half
Oh,
a
it's
second.
Oh, there it is. It's there. I see it. We are all good.
And Howard is temporarily Glorpa.
Yeah, that's just a thing.
Yeah, and I am temporarily Sir Godfrey. That's just because it's an older overlay that was not updated, but that's fine. If you want to zoom in on the part of the map where the Wildwood is, or maybe I have that doing something weird. Nope, looks
Nope, we're
normal
there.
on my roll 20.
We are
I'm just seeing a
zoomed in.
big black. I'm seeing a big black streak on half of the map on my side, but
There.
anyway, you can see the Wildwoods and the road heading out from Ravenfall up to the Wildwoods. The party has journeyed a couple of days up that road to the point which I am going to mark on my map, where the hills come very close to the trees and the road goes completely through the forest. And in this area, Fetid, using his extremely good ranger skills, has managed to locate signs of the great horned owlbears that you seek. But then, during the night, the group was awakened by the sounds of an approaching monster, and that is where we left off, as a huge froghemoth
Ah, yes.
Yes.
came bursting
right.
through the woods,
Mhm.
proclaiming its name to be Bufogigas, and demanding the frog crown that Ugna wears. And I
Did
think
you guys see recently that they discovered a giant prehistoric toad and named it BL Bufo?
Yes.
Very good.
very,
That's
very
basically
good
just
indeed.
this guy.
Yeah, except
Giant
this is a
demon frog.
demonic looking frog. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of a froghemoth from the Volo's Guide to Monsters, but they sort of weirdly have a couple of eye stalks,
Really?
a set of 3 of them instead of normal frog eyes, and then it has it's basically a frog
Oh,
body,
yeah.
but instead of the little forelimbs, it's got a bunch of big tentacles.
Uh-huh.
Oh, freaky.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that frog looks
Otherwise-
sick.
Good,
Looks like a
good.
giant frog.
Yep,
Uh,
totally normal frog.
And with that, Meg would like to play.
Meg is in the game now.
Okay. Roll initiative for Meg.
She's lost. She's gone.
Also roll for everyone else. Yeah, she was like,
scared of dice.
froghemoth.
Nope.
I'm out of here. I'm not fighting no froghemoth.
Oh, look.
I shall roll for the frog.
Oh yeah, we're rolling initiative, aren't we?
Indeed.
Ah. Well, I got a 4, so that's 6.
Okay, I have a total of 10.
All right. Well, I will be acting first because I just rolled a nat 20.
So did I.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, I just remembered a poll
Handy.
needs to be started, so I'm going to go ahead and get that.
Why would
poll
I roll
going.
a 20 in combat?
Yeah, when
Yeah,
it
never.
would be directly effective.
I
I
should
do not
ask,
think I have ever once rolled a critical hit in this game. I could
should
be
ask
wrong.
players to vacate the chat as we are going to begin the first poll, since it's going to be relevant very quickly.
Ooh.
And I will remind the audience, the poll is now live. It'll run for about 10 minutes. As always, you get 1 vote per member of the chat, but of course you can also Vote extra times if you have bits or channel points that you want to throw on. If one of those options is something you are particularly passionate about. So I'll remind you as that goes down, as that counts down. Hopefully, we'll get something interesting happening. Okay. So let me get the rest of the initiatives while that's happening. So I got Ugna with a, what was it, 6?
Yep. I think I go last.
Big Froggy has a 10. And Fetid
Sure, you
rolled
don't
that
go
20.
last.
Yep, so that's a 25 for me, if it matters.
Nice.
Oh, you do go first. That's better than me.
I rolled a 1.
Mm.
For a total
Oh,
of
wow.
With
Oh,
my
no.
with my +0 bonus, it's a 1.
Awesome.
nice.
Good.
Oh,
I was gonna catch you out, but I'm glad I didn't.
chainmail is heavy, man.
So the 2 fighters
Wait,
are going
hold it.
last.
Yep. And then Copernicus.
That's a 7 from me.
Copernicus got a 7. And I missed the number from Tromlin, but I'm guessing
23.
it was a high one. All right. So the first thing that's going to happen then, as this thing comes booming in and like thrusts its tentacles towards you and goes, "You take crown. It is for Bufogigas," and threateningly begins to approach you. Fetid, you can do something.
All right, well, let me see.
Oh my goodness, this is definitely the most one-sided poll so far.
Ooh.
Great, good. Is there anything I want to do other than just start flinging arrows? Well, I definitely want to put a hunter's mark on him. And am I out of reach of this guy, at least from what I can tell so far?
It has quite a reach, and it also
Yeah.
is very large, so it's probably got quite a
Kind of what
movement.
it
So you imagine it could get to you pretty easily, and probably.
Do I know much about these guys in terms of like what kind of things they can do to make our lives miserable?
It is a monstrosity, and you have advantage on knowledge rolls about
Ooh.
monstrosities. So you could, in fact, make me a roll.
Yeah, let me do that. First one is pretty good. That's not a roll.
And since this isn't really like investigation or anything like that,
Yeah.
this is a knowledge, this is a nature roll, basically.
Okay.
I'm going
What
to
should
call this
I
a
roll?
bonus action.
Okay, my high roll was a 14, so whatever you think I should add to that.
Yeah, so nature, I think, will do, which
Okay,
is
that would make it
a
18
+2.
total. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, you're right. 16.
So yeah, you know a few things about them. You know that they are like smaller frogs have like a big sticky tongue they can shoot out at you. You know that they don't have teeth particularly, but they still have like enough jaw strength to do some damage if they were to bite or even swallow
Mhm.
you. You also know that they're very grapply with all of those tentacles,
Okay,
and that they are extremely tough.
great. I would like to make as much distance between me and this guy as I can while still having the opportunity to fire a couple arrows at it.
Oh, I'm going to give you one other piece of information. You know that they're not completely susceptible to, but are not fond of electrical effects, lightning damage or lightning type
Okay.
damage. Isn't something that they're great at dealing with.
Does anybody here know how to do taser things?
I'm trying to remember if Witch Bolt is taser or not.
Yeah, Witch Bolt is a lightning type of damage.
All right. Well, that is probably a good idea. Yeah, so I'm gonna like kind of bolt for the furthest tree I can get behind and still shoot at this thing.
So movement to take cover, you can do
Yeah.
that, and then you can take your action.
All
if you
right.
wish to
So
shoot some arrows.
yes. First shot number 1 is a crit. I've rolled 3 times and 2 of them are 20s, so I'm gonna die this
Oh.
game.
Well, that'll hit. That'll
Yeah.
definitely hit.
All right, so it's what, 2 extra d6 or something like that? I forget how crits work.
Just roll it up and I'll double it. That's easier.
All right. 3, 6. So 6 and 5 is 11 from that arrow.
So that is a nasty shot, and it actually kind of bellows in pain.
Good.
And you can take a second shot because you
Okay.
have an extra attack when you are doing
2.
your combat actions.
All right. That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
That will also hit.
All right. 3, 7, and 5 is 12 damage.
You need better damage. Sorry, the other one was 11 damage. That wasn't with doubling, was it?
No, that was
That
without
was 22
crit.
damage. So
Yeah,
22,
so 22,
and 12, 34 damage already.
Ooh.
I'm going to throw a special effect on that nat 20.
Okay.
So yeah, you actually hit one of the eye stalks, and it's got like one of its eyes is all like closed, but like a big purple circle around it, like a cartoon.
I got one of the glowing weak points.
Excellent. Tromlin, you're up next.
I'm going to, at second level, cast a guiding bolt.
Excellent.
It's radiant energy. I don't think that counts as electrical, though.
No,
Worth a shot.
but it's still a good attack because guiding bolt, as I recall, you're going to pick someone to give bonuses to, right? Or is it just everyone?
Whoever attacks after me.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
First person after me.
The
So-
next attack roll after you, right? Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a ranged attack.
So it's second level. That's a 5d6 damage.
If I hit, yeah, we gotta hit.
Yeah, you
first.
still got to make your range attacks. Armor class is where is it? Here?
I hit 18.
Well, it's a 14, so that'll hit.
All right. So roll 5d6. That's 10 plus.
We are down to only a couple minutes left on the poll. If someone particularly wants one of those other two options to win, you got some work to do.
15 points.
All right.
And whoever attacks next has advantage on their attack.
Indeed. Well, next up is the froggy, so it doesn't get advantage
Thank God.
because it was hit by the guiding bolt. If it hits itself, it would. But it chooses not to do that. It's very angry.
I imagine it's going to hit somebody else, like me.
Likely.
Yeah, I am. So currently, Fetid has thrown himself in cover and is shooting out of cover. Tromlin is just done this massive guiding bolt. So I'm going to randomize one of the two of you. And I'll weight it heavier for Tromlin because Fetid's further away in cover.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it does not like this. It goes "Urgh," and is going to open its big mouth and
Oh,
shoot
shit.
out its tongue at Tromlin.
Right.
Why you gotta be an asshole about it?
It's just what it's going to do. Yeah, let's see here. What's my bonus to attack?
-20.
I mean, that would be nice for you guys. It is a plus.
Is it a straight attack, or does somebody get a saving throw against grapple?
Yeah, this one's actually not an attack. It's a saving throw based. So I need a strength saving throw from
Oh,
Tromlin.
good.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Give yourself a +3, Tromlin.
Yep,
Okay,
you've got
There's
a
a
paladin
paladin.
nearby
that means I now have a +3 saving throw.
Hey,
instead of a +0.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. 6.
That is not going to do it. Okay, so the tongue shoots out, sticks to the front of your chest and your leather armors, and yanks you straight towards the mouth. It then gets to make a bonus action bite attack with a +10 to hit.
The good news, guys, is if Tromlin dies, you don't have to get the owlbear.
Oh,
No.
oh, good.
I rolled
No, that's still my job.
14.
Oh, 14.
I see that the poll is done, so we can
You can look at the stream again.
close that up, and you guys should be able to go back in there. Thank you very much. I see there was a very, very specific favorite, guys, so I know where I'm going with that.
My armor 17. So.
I rolled a 14 plus 10, so
You got
24
me.
will definitely hit you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This guy's
And
strong.
this hit does 3d10 plus 6 damage for the
See,
bite.
this is why I ran and hid behind a tree.
So that is 25 damage, and the
This is the
target
most-
is swallowed.
No.
That is the most damage I've taken in any of these games
It's a
ever.
big
Oh,
frog.
boy.
So this frog jumps out of
And-
nowhere and just eats Tromlin.
Hey,
Yeah. So Tromlin
And-
zaps it with a glorious golden holy light from his current patron Njord, god of the north, and the thing goes "Urgh," and shoots out its tongue and swallows him whole.
I should point out, I have never taken more than 5 points of damage in any of these games. I am now down to 12 hit
Oh
points.
no.
can I use my reaction for this, or is he now too far away?
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Oh, yeah.
So your reaction ability. So as a redemption paladin, you have. Well, there's the interception. Yeah, you would have the bite attack occurred when he was no longer within 5 feet of you. So you couldn't do that one.
Was he
The
within
aura
10
of the
feet?
guardian. I would say that you can move close enough that you can use it on the next damage that he takes, though. You could, however, do your rebuke the violent if you wish to.
Oh, I'm definitely planning on rebuking the violence. I'm just hoping to help a friend first.
Yeah.
The good news is I've already planned out my next character, so...
So with
Now
rebuke the
that's sad
violent,
for
if
me
you
because
wish,
it means your current character may not have enough time to repent of such wrongdoing as might keep you from your gods.
exactly.
And I take that as a personal failure on my part.
Well, it
All I
depends
ask
which
is if my
god he's
character
worshiping,
dies,
right?
you don't
true.
tell anyone I'm dead, so my family's still trying to kill me and wasting their time.
Yeah, there we go.
Good.
Why can't we find him? Ugh.
Have you checked any frog shit lately?
Haven't. Yeah, I'm just checking. I don't think, Alina, your trick is a reaction.
I don't think so. I was looking that up myself.
Yeah, so you'll have
It's
to.
I can do it on my turn, but I can't do it on someone else's.
But right now, Tromlin is busy being inside of a froghemoth.
Oh, do I have? I don't. Damn it! I was gonna say if I had a hero point, I had a really good thing in mind, but I don't.
I have an idea. I have an idea how you get out.
Okay,
May not work. It's up to Lane to decide, but we'll figure it out. We're there. We got time.
There's a Misty Step.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Indeed.
The frog, I
Okay.
just swallowed you.
Yeah, it's going to be very confused. When it does this particular action, that is all it can do. So that's its turn. Next up is Copernicus.
So, question.
Yep.
When I have X-ray eyes, does that mean that I can see Tromlin and that he's a target for spells that target things I can see?
Yes.
Okay. And likewise,
Because you did, in fact, already activate your ghostly gaze. So you can, in fact, technically it's like you see through objects, but I have already established, as you have previously looked at a thing that was in Fetid's stomach, that you can look through into the thing in someone's stomach. So yes.
Only if it's
And
very gross.
and then conversely, I should be able to see out of the stomach to targets as well. If I were also to say, enter the frog.
That's this episode's title.
Yep.
Enter the
the
frog.
It's like,
Enter
it's
the
a little bit
frog.
like Enter the Dragon,
Yes.
only inverted.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm torn between casting a death ward through the frog onto Tromlin to make sure he stays safe, or trying to thunder step out of the frog, blowing it up from the inside and taking Tromlin with me.
That sounds hilarious.
That would require getting in there first.
Oh, I know.
So
I'm
you may,
Just dive right in.
you may want to do the first of those two things and then like
Yeah.
jump up and down and go me next to see if you can get swallowed.
okay. So I'm not as familiar with like the action economy system in 5e. If I want to like move and holler and make a stink, and then also like to attract attention, and then also to cast, would I be able to do that?
Yes.
Both those things.
Movement is separate from your action.
Okay. And if I wanted to, is Ugna wearing the frog crown?
That
Right
is
now?
a good question.
I assume so. You
Yeah.
put it on. You were kind of putting it on and wearing it all the time.
I was, yeah. It's kind of like in the hair, like a little barrette.
Okay. I am not that tall, but I would like to try and jump and grab it en route to like swipe it as I go as I run toward the frog. May I do that? Do I need an athletics check? What are we looking at?
Yeah, I'd let you do that with an athletics check.
Okay. Damn.
You only have a -1 athletics.
It's fine. You're just an
Fine.
old man who's very small, who's trying to jump
I'm
8 feet
Well,
in the
wait
air.
a second. Hang on.
I'm going to use
Don't
my
you have?
inspiration.
Oh wait, I was going to say you could use a cantrip to grab it, but that would be an action. So no, that you want to
Yeah.
do it with your movement.
Yeah, I'm going to use an inspiration to try and
Okay,
try that again.
that's an inspiration off of
15.
Copernicus.
So I'm out of
15?
inspiration. That's a 15.
That'll do it. It's not that hard.
So I'm gonna thump the crown on my head as I'm running and yell, "Now I am the Frog Lord, and you just swallowed my air!" And like try and look big and menacing and run toward him, and like I'm ready to like jump into the tongue
Yep.
to make sure he doesn't miss.
To
I
facilitate
Copernicus, what are you doing?
And
facilitate
then I'll
the
cast-
swallowing.
I'll cast the Death Word on
Tromlin?
Tromlin, and I don't think. Do I need to roll anything for that?
No, I do believe that it is automatic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight that. I'm gonna let you do it.
Yeah.
Cool. That's my turn.
Does 17 insight roll give me understanding into
What his plan is?
I should let this happen?
This old man needs to get eaten by a frog.
I would say he's making his plan is pretty obvious at this point. He seems to want to get swallowed.
I don't know what manner of spellcraft you've got under those creepy sleeves, but I shall endeavor to not interfere with your plan.
Okay, so next up, it is Ugna.
I am very angry because my best friend
Yeah.
in the entire world has just been eaten by a frog.
Fair.
It does put a damper on the day.
It really does.
Yeah.
However, in Ugna's little more brain, she's like, solutions to someone being eaten by a frog is punch them in the belly, but that's where Tromlin is. How do I hurt
If
this
I
thing?
die because you beat me up,
It's like when the police are like trying to hide brutality, so like they punch someone through a phone book or whatever. Like,
instead of a sock full of oranges, put them in the
yeah.
a frog and just worked over the
So
frog.
instead, what I want to do is to
I
try and
should've-
do.
Throw me into the frog's mouth.
Nope.
Cannonball me.
Its mouth is not currently open because it just swallowed someone.
I want to try to grapple this frog, which is large, and do the Heimlich maneuver.
I say,
Yeah.
I'm Heimlich the big boy.
Excellent.
I was
Okay,
like,
this
just
is
like-
actually a huge creature.
Oh, is it? Oh, good. So
So
it's a
I think
size
it might
category
be-
up from what
Yeah,
I
I think it
normally
might
do.
be too big for you to grapple.
Ah.
Maybe just punch it in the solar plexus
Yeah,
really hard.
I'm just gonna hit this thing in the head with my hammer then.
Three
That's also
Stooges,
a
two of
good
its
option.
remaining eyes.
Well, one of those three eyes is kind of out right now, so you could go for another one.
That's true.
Well,
It's
but
got a
they're on
different eye.
tentacle, so you go boop, and it goes eh.
I do that that desk toy with it where we pull one and it just like bops into the other and then they bop back and forth.
Except with a giant hammer.
Except with a giant hammer.
Excellent. Go for it.
Croquet with this dude's eyeballs.
Let's learn some Mortal Kombat.
Hell yes.
Eyeball. Okay.
13 plus 8, 21.
That'll hit.
Will hit. So that is my. Am I two-handing this? I think I'm two-handing this. Because I'm
Okay.
mad.
So go for the
I rolled a
D10.
2, so that's a 9 damage.
Do you want to attempt to boost this? Because you do have combat maneuvers to
I
use.
do indeed. I would have done my bait and switch, but Tromlin has been eaten.
Mm-hmm.
So I will
Seems
not.
to be the case.
But I can just straight up do some extra damage here. With some superiority dice.
That you can.
I can't really do my disarming attack, because this thing is just full of tentacles.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have a weapon to be disarmed.
Yeah.
So this would be
I'll do my fainting attack, though. That's
your
always a good
fainting
one.
attack. Yeah.
Sweet. I will add my extra dice on there.
Yep.
It's a D6?
D8.
D8, right. Where's my D8? 8.
Pretty good.
That's not
So
bad.
that 9 becomes 17 damage.
That's
You have a
much
second
better.
action.
I do. That's an 18 plus 8.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. Not quite a crit, but good enough. Good enough for today.
Do you wish to add more damage
I
with
do,
another
in
maneuver?
fact. I do. I'm real mad about this. Oh, also, I have maxed out my damage. That's a 10 and an
Oh.
8, plus another 7,
25 more damage. Nice.
25. As I just wail away on the top of this thing's head.
This frog Behemoth, I assume, is at least kind of thinking, oh, maybe I made a mistake.
Oh, I think so.
It's unhappy about this.
I'm assuming that this new combat move is a pushing attack, since you can't do another fainting one, because you
Yes,
only
that's
have one
true.
bonus action.
So I come and I do a feint on its eyes, smack it in the one eyeball, and then I do a pushing attack where I just knock it upside the bottom of the jaw.
Yeah, it doesn't actually. It made the strength save, so it doesn't actually stagger back.
Yeah.
But it is.
It's
It is
really
very,
big.
very upset about this whole
Who doesn't like
situation.
this?
You do have an action surge that you can use if you choose
I
at this
do.
stage, or you could save it.
Yeah, I don't have my
do
offhand
only
attack
get
because
one.
I was attacking two-handed.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm feeling good. Let's do this action surge.
Go
I
for
do
it.
not like that Tromlin got et.
Appreciate it. I'm not a big fan either.
23.
Not ideal.
Tromlin does not have a vor fetish. He's not happy.
We're just hitting all the fetishes on this show.
I mean, it's that kind of show.
I
Should
can't wait
I?
for this spectrophilia episode where we're all fuck ghosts.
I guess
So
I can't
you
really
hit?
spend another combat maneuver because I've used 2.
Yeah,
but
you can. I don't think there's a limit to the number you can spend in a round.
Sweet.
Just the number that you have.
Yeah. Well, let's do that
Like
then.
you only got 5 total.
It's
so
true, but I'm burning them on rescuing Tromlin.
Aw,
seems
thank
appropriate.
That's good. That's a 10 and another 7, 17 damage.
Okay, my goodness. You're already over 100 damage on this guy.
Do not make Ugna mad.
And
She's also the entire time going, spit him out! Spit him out! As she
It's like you're chasing a
wails on this.
toddler.
Yes, but with a
now
hammer.
you get to hit again.
I mean,
Because
sometimes
Your extra attack is per action.
That is correct.
So this bonus this action surge is
Ooh, so
2
that's a
attacks.
19 to hit.
Jesus
You
Christ.
hit.
Do I spend yet another and go through almost all my...
You can.
I'm gonna...
we have to.
It's
We may
it's
have
a
to
very
fight
fighter
Alder later.
thing.
I'm just going for this.
Okay.
What's 13 plus 17? Is 21? No, that's 20.
20 more damage.
20 more damage.
All right.
Lord.
Okay, so you just like go up to this thing and go ham. Like you just like start spit it out, spit it out, spit it out, and just like smash it
hit.
all around the head with a giant hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Oh
Oh, nope.
no, it was 13 plus 7. Someone in the chat thought
Yeah,
you said 13 plus 17.
No. 13 plus 17 would be amazing.
So, yeah, you just did a lot of damage, like a lot.
I
was
wasn't
that-
keeping track, but like 100?
No,
like
it's over
20,
100.
40,
total.
60.
That includes Fetid's arrows and the guiding bolt.
I know I did almost 60 damage.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, that reminds me. You should re-roll your first attack roll because you had advantage from
Oh,
guiding bolt.
heck.
And
Just
so
to see
you,
if I
you
got,
might nat 20
Didn't you roll max damage though? Anyway.
I did,
on
but
the
doubling
second
that,
attack,
no,
not the
I
first
rolled a
one.
2, so that's not a crit.
Okay,
It's worth a shot.
Yep.
still, it's worth it. Worth a shot. Okay, so it is like staggered by this. It is very.
I just wanted a hat.
It did not expect this. It is in fact bloodied.
Yeah.
Hey.
Also, the rest of you, like, Ugna is in full killer mode now. She's very upset.
Frothing at the tusks.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Hollis.
So, Lane, we never put any weapon stuff on my character sheet.
Let me see. What did I put down here? Yeah, I just put magic weapon and then like put question mark on it for what you wanted. Yeah. So did you want to? I didn't know if you wanted to be an axe wielder or hammer wielder or what kind of dwarf variant you wanted to go with. So it's kind of up to you.
I'm carrying the cudgel of bludgel.
Good.
Nice.
It's a
Good.
mace.
Excellent.
It's amazing.
And I'm assuming that for level it'd be like a +3.
As a magic item, it would be a plus.
+6 if I'm trying to do non-lethal damage or something silly like that.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a +2 item to
Okay.
match with your set. So you can. So we'll call it. Yeah, it's a mace +2. So go. Yeah. So your attack bonus should be. I was pulling up your sheet here. So your attack bonus will be strength based. So that'll be +7 plus the magic 2, so a +9 to hit.
Oh,
Dang.
Nice.
Even better than mine.
And you damn it. So you can go ahead and make an attack roll if you wish.
what I would prefer to do. I'm finally standing. I'm only a little bit taller standing than I am asleep, especially in armor. Finally standing up. Mr. Frog, I need you to know that you started this. And now we channel divinity and rebuke the violent.
Good.
So technically, rebuke the violent is supposed to be done on a reaction.
Oh,
but
it's supposed
this
to be
is
done on a
good timing.
Okay. You
It
said
doesn't
it's
really
first
matter
time?
because the attack that he took, or the damage that he did to Tromlin, still happened between Tromlin's action and yours, so it doesn't really matter. So go ahead. You are within 30
And
feet, so you can do it.
I rebuke your violence in kind. Wisdom save.
Yeah, he gets a wisdom save. If he doesn't make it, he takes 1. So he didn't make it. So
25 damage.
he takes
Good lord.
radiant damage equal to the damage he caused to Tromlin.
I hear that
delightful.
violence begets radiant damage to the face.
Violence.
So he took 26 points of damage.
Yeah, so it takes 26 damage back.
Delightful.
Over 150 damage now. Okay. The glow of the radiant light from the heavens.
And then a 27 to hit him. I've got a second attack. 27 to hit him with the cudgel of bludgel.
Nice.
Well, technically that was a reaction. So
Oh.
you got both of your attacks.
Nice.
So 27 will hit with the cudgel.
And another 27
Ooh.
for the
That'll
second.
also hit.
What damage does a mace do?
So it's going to be D6, and then in your case, that'll be +4, 5, 6. So 1d6 plus 6
You know
to
what they
each of
call
those
it
attacks.
when a paladin hits you with his mace? It's
No.
amazing grace.
I love it. I love it. It hurts.
So let's do the first one there. Roll your 1d6 plus 6 damage.
11.
And now tell me if you want to add a smite to it. So basically, you
feel
just
like
drop
that
one
would-
spell slot.
I feel like under the circumstances, I might be uncalled for.
Okay.
And the second is 10.
All right. 21 more damage. It is reeling from this this set of rebukes that it has received, and it is not happy about it.
Good.
Yep.
Kick.
And it is back to the top of the round. It is Fetid's turn.
All right. Yeah, more arrows. I'm just going to keep pouring them on here.
Sounds good to me.
For one, does a 16 hit this guy?
Yes, just.
Okay. 4, 5. So that's 10 damage.
Okay.
Two.
Second shot.
Is a 19, so that will hit.
Yep.
5, another 10 damage.
Okay. Still kicking. Tromlin, you are up next.
Let's see if I can fix that problem.
Yeah, so you are currently blinded and restrained. Is the conditions that you're
Sexy
under.
way.
So I have two questions. First, Misty Step is a free action for me, correct?
I believe it is a bonus action spell.
Good. Okay.
Hang on a second, though. Restrained might mean that you can't do somatic
Nope.
component, but I don't
That
think
makes
it has
sense.
one. I don't think Misty Step has a somatic component, though. Pulling it up real quick. No, it's purely verbal. So you can do Misty Step because you can still speak inside the frog. You just, can't
do
move your
Misty Step.
arms. Yeah, you're
Can you
restrained.
speak inside a frog?
Well, then I Misty Step right outside of him.
Yeah, you got a 30-foot range. So you Misty Step, just go poof and appear
Please-
next to the frog.
Please step behind Ugna so she doesn't realize that you're out of the frog.
Oh, actually, no. Can I do it? Correction. Can I do it where I'm behind him?
Ooh.
Yes. Yep, for sure.
And sneak attack damage only counts on weapons, correct? It doesn't count on spells, correct?
Correct.
You know what? I'm still gonna cast a spell because I do more damage that way. From behind, inflict wounds.
Ooh.
So bonus action, step outside, inflict wounds.
Yeah. I'll use my melee attack.
Yep. That's basically a
Do I have
touch
any-
attack.
All right. It's open. Oh my god! It finally fucking happened
Did you
Nat
did you
20?
crit?
on a weapon attack.
Hey.
Oh,
Nice.
amazing.
Excellent.
Does that double my damage?
Yes, it does
Oh
indeed.
shit! Shit.
Hell
So
yes.
3d10 times 2.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Oh wow.
That sounds like a lot of dice.
Yeah. It's 3d10.
3d10. I'm adding. So that's 10 right there. Why am my brain to work? 34
Tell me
points of damage.
34 points of damage.
So
Wow.
68.
No, that was
Oh, that doesn't.
That's
doubled.
after doubling. That's
Yeah,
after doubling.
it was 17 normally.
I was
So
gonna say you
30.
can't roll 34 on 3d10. My goodness.
You can if you're cheating.
Touches it on the back and it just reels away from you. Now next is your attack, or is its turn.
It's gonna pull me in again.
Several things are going to happen. You're behind it, so the first thing that happens is the acid that is still on you as you stepped out is going to do a final round of damage to you. So you get your last bit of damage, which is
You go down because of this. We can say
19.
that you tripped
Yeah,
on
I'm
us.
down.
He doesn't actually take that because I'm close enough now. I'm now in.
You can indeed use your reaction to take the
Nice.
damage instead.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, because otherwise I'd be at -7.
Ooh.
That would be a bad number.
Oh,
That's
wait a
what-
second.
That word you get
Or-
0 or
Quick
1.
check. Right. Yes, that's a separate ability. I was just checking to see if that was channel divinity because obviously you've used your channel divinity, but that's a separate ability, so you can still do it
Thank you.
once per rest. So yeah, you take 19 damage instead of Tromlin. The second thing that happens before its attack gets underway is that it is going to use the legendary action that the chat
What?
has chosen for it to
Oh,
have.
good.
What?
Thanks, chat.
And this was the most one-sided poll we've ever had. There were 3 options for the legendary action that this behemoth could have. One was a hypnogaze.
Hypnotoad.
Oh God, Hypnotoad.
Good. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
they did not choose that one. One
you,
was a
guys.
deafening croak, which would have affected everyone in the area. They did not choose that one. And the last one was vomits smaller frogs.
Oh, yeah.
That is the
I
one
would
that
have.
they
Yes.
chose.
Good.
I would have
And
chosen that
I just
too.
drew a bunch of
can't even
aggro.
be
I
mad.
at least tried to.
Yeah, it's going to open. You did, but you didn't draw anywhere near as much as Ugna. So it's going to open its mouth and vomit a swarm of tiny frogs all over
Good.
Ugna.
Good. I mean,
That
I am
is
queen of
definitely-
frogs, so
Yeah.
like just
That's
cover me in
definitely the
frogs.
funniest option. Good choice, chat. I approve.
Yeah.
So the swarm is going to do. Is it an attack roll? Yes, it is an attack roll. So I'm going to make an attack roll. That's going to hit you. Yeah. So you are going to take 4d4
Frog
damage,
damage.
from little froggy acid bites.
I believe this attack is called a fragmentation granoid.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I was wondering what you
no.
were gonna do to us.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know what you call it when you vote on whether or not a lot of very small frogs should do something? It's called a tadpole.
Oh, good, 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 good. Here I thought I just got hit by a tornado.
A toadnado.
Tornado.
All right. Take 13 damage from tiny frog bites.
Acceptable.
Actually, take 5 damage because I intercepted
Ooh.
frogs with the shield.
Yep.
Nice. The rain of frogs.
You have an interceptor paladin nearby.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay, then on its attack, it gets to do a couple of things. One of those is it gets to roll some regeneration.
Ooh.
And then the second is it's going to use its multi-attack.
Ooh.
Because it's got tentacles.
Yeah. So it is going to attack both. I think it's going to attack both Hollis and Ugna. So armor class, please. I don't remember
17.
Hollis's. Okay, you will be hit.
22.
Ooh.
You will not.
Nice.
You very armored person, you. Okay, so it is a swarm of tentacles on one side grabble around Ugna, lift her completely from her feet, and you are going to remain grappled until you escape, and also you take 3d8 plus 6 damage. So that'll be.
Thankfully, grappling is what I do.
So that will be 27 points of damage.
Ow. But I'm okay.
As you are crushed
I'm all right.
by the grip of the tentacles on one side.
This thing's strong.
Just out of curiosity, how many hit points does Ugna have?
81. I mean,
Not
minus
anymore.
now 30 some, but 32. Still okay.
And that, I do believe, is all of its actions at this point. So it is on to Perny.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to. Oh, actually, have I noticed that Tromlin is no longer in the frog?
Make a perception roll.
Right. I can possibly see through the frog, depending on what gaze of X-ray vision I'm trying. But that 20, wasted 20.
Yeah, very very wasted 20. But you do notice the collapse. Or no, you didn't collapse because you had your acid damage taken. You notice a frog slime covered woozy looking Tromlin standing behind the frog.
Okay. Then I think I'm just gonna do some good old-fashioned witch bolt, or it's probably most helpful if I stun this thing, because then we can just keep wailing, and the more actions it loses, we get, you know.
Oh, you're
5
going to
actions.
add a stunning to your attack?
Well, I don't think I can do that to.
Yeah, that's for cantrips
Yeah.
only.
I'm trying to decide on damage versus on stunning. I think I'll probably hold on. But how does the stunning work? What kind of save is it dealing with?
Which spell are you talking about?
If I want to do the stunning effect, it's
Oh, with your cantrip.
with my cantrip. Yeah,
Yeah, so the stunning effect
it's
is
agonizing.
is a saving throw.
Yeah, and it's con save. Okay, so probably it's gonna
It's a
make that.
con save for the target.
So I'm gonna assume that it'll
So you-
probably make that. So I should probably I might just soak damage on it then.
Okay, you've been told that this has some problems with electricity damage.
Yeah, let's fry the frog. So yeah, I'll do a
A
full
witch
full
bolt
blast.
frying.
Yeah, witch bolt frying. And can you? Am I able to goose an extra level using my blood magic? Is that a thing that I can do to spells with blood magic? I'm trying to remember.
I do believe so. I believe if you wish, you can take a bunch of damage to cast your spell at one level higher.
Yeah.
Where is that one? Yes, 10 hit point damage to yourself allows you to cast your spell at a level higher.
Yeah, let's do it.
So you could then cast it as though it was a 5th level spell
Nice.
instead of a
Should be.
4th level spell.
5d12 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's.
So
do it. And
make
it's
your hit roll.
concentration
That's the important thing.
based. Yeah,
Yeah.
concentration based. So this is.
Yeah, you can keep it going once you start it. This is
Yeah.
this
But
is
I
the
lose my
Emperor.
ability to teleport out of the frog if I get eaten. So
Waiting. All right,
we'll see.
You know what the German word for dead is, don't you?
I do not.
Toad.
Ah.
He told you.
all right. Let's hear this hit roll.
All right. Oh, right. I actually have to hit it first.
You have to do an attack roll for this one.
Okay.
The disadvantage of Witch Bolt. Target's armor class matters.
Hey, 19.
Hey.
Plus, I have a lot
That'll
of things
hit.
on top of that. Hey, all right. Let's fry some frog. 8 plus 11 is a good start. That's 19. 8 plus 1 is 9, which would be 28.
And one
Oh,
more.
sorry, I rolled 2. I'm only supposed to roll 1. And then 9 is 37.
37 points of damage.
Ooh.
Now,
Before
here
any-
is the funky thing about electricity and the Froghemoth. They are actually resistant to lightning. They take half damage, but having been affected by the lightning, it suffers a bunch of penalties, including half speed, penalty to armor class, and dex saving throws, and it cannot use reactions or multi-attack.
Ooh.
Hey, all right.
Cool.
I'll take that.
So what was that again? You said 37?
30.
So I'll make
Six?
that round down,
37.
so 18 damage.
Okay.
That's what you'll actually do. Excellent. Merci. Okay, Zorch, it looks like it's all like twitching from electricity. It doesn't like it. It sort of flaps its tentacles. One set of tentacles is like holding Ugna, so you're being like flapped in the air. Wah. And Ugna, you're up next.
Well, I'm very unhappy about this whole situation.
Yeah,
I
grappling.
don't like that. I don't like that very much. I do have a grappler feat. I'm not going to do a bunch of damage to this thing if I use it, but
Yeah,
it
I don't know if
is-
the grappler feat will help, but you need to roll to escape
It's true.
this grapple.
Well, I think that's just a strength roll, and I am good at those.
It is indeed. It is a
So
strength.
I can't make an attack until I try and break loose of this grapple.
Correct.
Ooh. 15 plus my plus 5 is a 20.
That is success.
Excellent.
You
I was
managed to
gonna
twist your
poke
way
out.
out of the grapple and fall to the ground.
Good.
You are high enough in the air that you'll actually take 3 damage from the fall.
That's fine. Now that
And
took my action to break loose, correct?
yes, it did.
Right. But I still have a reaction.
You do, or with your reaction you can't use because that's not something
that's
you do
true.
on your
Nope.
turn. But you've got a bonus action you could use.
I do.
So you could like offhand weapon attack with your smaller weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what other bonus actions you have
I mean, just second wind, which might not be a terrible idea.
to heal up.
Yep. Sure.
Yep. You want to
Second
spend your
wind
bonus
it.
action to regain 1d10 plus 7 hit points.
Let's do that. Where'd I put my D10? 8 plus 7.
Okay.
Nice.
You regain 8 plus 7 hit points, so that's 15. And Hollis, you're up.
$17 and 21 to hit with the mace.
Excellent. Those attacks will both hit.
Okay, first one does 12 damage. Plus,
Max damage.
I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, it was a nice roll.
You throw a smite on it?
Yeah, I'm going to throw 12 points of smiting on it.
I believe, what is it here? The smite is what, an extra d8?
Yeah,
Yes, so you just spend
1d8
one
per
spell
spell
slot.
level. I burned
you're gonna
two
do
spell
two.
levels and rolled 2d8.
Ooh, nice. So another 12 damage. So that's one hit. You've still got the second hit here.
And another 6, so another 12 points of damage.
Nice. No smite on that one?
I'm a paladin, not a spellcaster.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I've used all my spells now.
I don't think so. You've got 3 second level spell slots.
Well, I have failed to correctly fill out the character sheet then.
So you've got 2 more. If you want to do another one.
Fine, I'll do another one. Ooh, nice. 6 and 8 is 14 more points of damage.
Excellent.
Nice.
Okay. This thing is not looking like it's going to last much longer. It is on to a new round with Fetid.
All right. More arrows. Arrow 1.
Can someone please perforate this frog with an arrow of finishing?
I'm working on it.
While you're doing that, I'll roll for the swarm of little toads that have moved on when Ugna was wrenched out of the ground to go after this source of nasty lightning that they don't like.
Ooh.
First arrow is 15 damage. Second arrow will
Good.
also hit.
We're all agreeing we're eating his fucking legs when we're done with this, right?
Oh, yeah.
5.
Oh, yeah.
And another 10 damage after that.
Excellent. 25 total, and a total of 12 damage to Perny as he gets swarmed with tiny little poison, or not poisonous, acid-mouthed frogs.
Do I need to do
Alright.
anything to concentrate on my?
Is he
Yes.
standing close enough to me for me to take that?
No, because you're in for the 5-foot range. No, he's not.
It's 10 feet.
Wasn't that for your? I believe that's for your channel divinity action,
No, Aura of
which
the
you have
Guardian.
used,
Aura of the
or the
Guardian.
guardian. Yeah, which
10
you've
feet.
used. You used that one already.
Oh, that's a one-time only. Okay.
Yeah, one per rest. So
All right.
you need a rest. We can do it again. So Copernicus, yeah, roll me a concentration check and see if you keep your spell up.
All right. What is a const? Is that a skill?
It's a Constitution save.
Oh, okay. That's an 8.
Ooh.
It's not good.
And ongoing damage to Tromlin at this point is going to drop him.
Oh boy.
Well, the
Similar
death,
damage to the last time.
the death ward will kick in here.
Yes, he will. You're going to be stable instantly and not make death saves.
Oh, is that one
Yay.
hit point?
Yeah, basically you're. Is it 1 hit point unconscious, or is it
Yeah.
unconscious at 1?
First time a target would drop to 0 hit
Oh.
points without taking damage, the target
nice.
would
So-
drop to 1 hit point.
So you're
if it fell
still
out.
able to do stuff. You're basically like barely conscious. You got 1 hit point left, but you're not
Nice.
Does it look like he's about to die?
out. Well, it is in fact your turn. So, what do you want to do about it? It's looking pretty like carved up and smashed, and electricity's running through its body. And
Got 6 arrows sticking out of it.
yeah, how did you roll, Copernicus, on the concentration check?
I failed it, and I'm pretty sure I'm out of inspiration. Because I had
You
one when I
are.
used the one earlier.
Yeah, Alina, you
hit
should
that.
probably mark that
Right.
inspiration off.
So I think I'm
Also,
out. So I'll
you-
I'll
I
drop
think
my
you
hits.
might be close enough to Hollis to get your bonus, though.
I rolled an 8, so if I can goose that up a bit more. I don't know
It's
if
not going to be enough.
Okay.
That's not going to be enough. So, okay.
Alright. No more frying frog.
Ah, shoot. Sorry. Is Perny within 10 feet of the paladin?
Within 10 feet, I would say.
Okay, and the little frogs, what is their attack?
They were biting on him. Like,
Okay,
It's just literally an attack roll.
never mind then. Because I've got a shield of missile attraction, which
Yeah,
means
I was watching it. If it was a ranged attack, they'd have to go after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of like, well, actually, that's relevant. Anyway, Tromlin, it's your action. You are
So
just about out of it.
if I don't heal myself, will I take more acid damage next round?
You think it's possible. You also, like, it's literally, you can feel it. It's the slime that's on you, so you could try and get it off. If you spend an action, you can basically wipe the slime off of your skin and stop taking damage.
All right, I'm going to use one of my bonus actions to completely disengage from combat.
Yep.
So to move myself out of a range, like behind a tree if I have to.
Yep.
And I will spend the round scraping the shit off of me.
Absolutely, you can.
Right.
And then Froggy is up again, and I am going to use a ranged attack. It can't use its multi-attack right now. Well, I guess, sorry, the lightning just stopped, so it can do that again. But anyway, it's just more interesting if it does this. It is going to try and shoot the tongue at the source of that lightning. It does not like you. It wants to eat you. However, it's a ranged attack, and you're within 10 feet of the dwarf.
Yay!
So it must target the shield instead.
Save me, Mr. Paladin.
So the tongue shoots out and is going to hit Hollis's shield. I believe you have to make a saving throw here. Strength saving throw.
where are the saves? I see the bonuses. I don't see where the saves are. Are they just
That's just it. It's just roll a d20 and add your
There it
plus
is.
4.
Okay.
You get another plus 3, of course, because of your aura. you got a total
18
plus 7.
strength save.
That is the target.
Nice.
So you just made it. So you grab the shield with both hands and plant your feet, and are dragged a few feet towards the mouth, but you dig your heels in, and it's basically, but it's not able to pull you. So its tongue is now stuck to your shield, but it has not pulled you towards its mouth, and it does not get the bite attack. And it is now Perny's turn.
Perfect. I'm going to start the round with a bonus action distracting intrusion on it.
You sure can. I
It's
will
gotta make a
roll its
wisdom
saving
save
throw.
versus DC 15, or have disadvantage on attacks and saves until my
Yeah.
next turn.
I will roll its saving throw. I rolled well, but it's not good enough because it has no bonus here. So
Nice. I figured
I rolled a 13, and that's all it gets. So DC 15 has failed. It now has disadvantages on all attacks and saves until your next turn,
perfect.
as the terrible voices in its mind distract it.
Bad frog.
Good.
Bad frog.
Yeah, it starts to like flail at its face, and it's like, no, bad voice.
And now I'm gonna do an agonizing. So its tongue is out, and I'm gonna hook my fishing rod into its tongue and start doing agonizing damage as I pull it back toward us. And we tug of war this thing via its most sensitive organ.
Oh boy.
Excellent.
do
Roll
it.
me an attack roll for your cantrip, and then take your 5 damage for your blood magic.
Hey, 17 to hit.
That will hit.
Nice.
So your attack here is the cantrip damage
+4.
plus 4.
What is the cantrip? Oh, chill touch is 2d8 plus 1 necrotic.
Yeah. So it'll be 2d8 plus 5, and then it has to make
Hey.
a saving throw.
Almost max damage. So 15 plus
Oh, very nice.
5 is 20.
And I will roll its saving throw to see if it's stunned, and
At
I have to roll at disadvantage. Yep.
Yeah.
My low roll is a 6. He has a good con bonus, but not that good. So that is that. Oh, actually, Okay, what's the target? Because his con saving throw bonus is +9.
The target is.
So I have 15.
Would be my spell save DC, right?
Yes.
Where? Which is 15.
Oh, so I just made it.
Ooh.
Exactly. 15.
Okay.
But only because of his +9. So
Okay.
you do hook the tongue with the magical bony hand hook that appears out of nowhere, and it slashes into the tongue and does a bunch of damage. Ugna, you're next.
All right. Well, I would like to bait and switch in such a way that I am pushing Purdy behind me while grabbing my crown and popping it back on my head. Pointing at this frog and be like, "You messed with the wrong group, buddy." And I'm gonna follow that up with a hammer to the face.
Very
You're
nice.
down.
So roll your superiority die.
Yep. That's a D8. 7.
I have a question for the stream here: if whether our sound is balanced, because it's been noted that Alina is really loud on Discord here, but maybe not
Oh, am
on
I?
the stream.
Gotcha. That may be. I have slightly different settings than everyone else.
Are we all about the same on the stream?
I've just turned myself down a bit. I got a new mic today.
Yeah, we'll see if people on the stream don't notice anything is a problem, then we're good.
Sweet.
Because different sound levels. Okay, so what was your roll to hit? Or sorry, what was your roll on the die?
It was a 7 on the superiority dice.
Okay, that means you have +7 to your armor class, and so does Perny until your next
Good.
attack, your next round.
Good.
Chad is saying we should turn Alina back up. I think that.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, you
You
were
were
real
fine.
loud in Discord, but on stream
I'm
you're
good.
balanced. So
The balance on the stream is good. So
I think you can turn me down on Discord. I don't know if I can turn down myself.
no, we can each sort of do a Discord
Yeah.
thing, but don't worry about it. Put yourself where you were for the pickups, and that'll be good. Okay,
Good.
so that means that you have enormous armor class bonus as you smack this thing around with your hammer again. So go ahead.
I'm gonna make
your
this
attack.
attack here.
It does not have much juice left.
That's only an 8, but I get a +8, so that's 16, I think, which is its
That
AC.
is the armor class you need.
All right, good. And I'm gonna spend my last point on that.
You do not have any
Oh, no, that's right.
superior
I
dice
did.
left. You
Yeah.
spent 5.
I did. So I'm just spending my
Just
or
straight
just
up
rolling my
normal hit.
Normal hit. 9 + 7, 16.
And then your second attack.
Attack. Ouch. That's only a 3 + 8, so
That will
12
not hit.
or 11.
Okay, it reels from the blow, but it does not drop, and it's kind of standing there doing like a. And it is Hollis's turn.
Good.
Initiative.
question: Do we get advantage because we're both in melee with the?
Yep. Oh, that's a good point,
Oh
actually.
yeah. I
Yeah.
should
Roll again,
I'm gonna roll
Ugna.
2 more attacks just in case.
In case the first was a nat 20.
Yeah. Well, I should have rolled them in sequence because the one is a 9. But if that was that one that didn't hit, then it would hit now because 9 + 8.
Yep.
So that
Yep.
one does hit. For 9 + 16 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
And so you hit it, you turn around, clock it in the chin, and it reels back and falls like a tree. If Tromlin was still standing behind it, he'd be in trouble.
Squished him.
As it goes kathoom and lands silent and still. The little horde of frogs that were attacking Perny are going to scatter.
Now they are your children, Alina.
Yep.
Can I relate
Your
to them?
responsibility.
Oh, yeah, actually, now they're
Yes.
now that they're no longer a swarm attack, they are now just regular frogs. So yeah, you can talk to them.
As they're still like swarming around, I'll be like, "Hey, settle down."
They all stop and look at you, and they
You.
start ribbiting and making little squeaks to everybody else. But you hear them going, Frog queen, frog queen.
Aw. That's it. Good. You're gonna behave better now?
They all start like hopping around your feet.
My apologies for temporarily borrowing your crown. I swear I was not trying to become a usurper. I was trying to become its supper.
I was wondering about that. Did you want it to eat you?
Horrible.
Very much so.
Well, is that on your list?
It might be. There's a whole bonus credit section I need to.
And I like poke it with my toe, and I'm like, well, maybe we could arrange. I wouldn't recommend it, but like maybe we could like stuff you in there or something if you really wanted to.
May have been a more strategic ploy rather than a bucket list item or some sort of odd fetish.
And I will point out, just for Howard's purposes, because the rest of you are used to this, but as Perny was casting these spells to attack the froghemoth, he actually pulled out a jet black dagger and has clearly now taken a bunch of damage as he slashed open his arms to extract his blood in the process of casting.
Unfamiliar with this practice. I cannot say that I personally approve of it, but
Oh, I'm just a little club. This is my fishing knife. I was going to do it, and then I switched to the other one, and then you know how sometimes you but don't worry about me. I'll get it all fixed
your
up.
assembly is taken in good faith.
Tromlin, are you okay?
Tromlin just healed himself for 16 points. He's like, I could be better. Walks over to the giant frog creature, pulls out like cooking knives, and starts butchering.
Dibs on the blood and the organs, if you please.
I can also give you a cure wounds there, Tromlin, if you need.
Hang on just a moment, if I may. Once per long rest, 35 hit points.
Okay, I'm fine.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
Yep.
That puts me.
Lay on hands.
Definitely better than what I can manage as a ranger.
Tromlin just starts butchering the frog and wrapping the meat so we can cook it later tonight.
There's some big frog legs on there.
Yeah.
They're huge, in fact.
Yep.
So I'm gonna wrap that. I will do like that preserve spell for raw meat, for corpses, and that will be fed or used as bait for owlbears. Who knows?
Yep.
Can I turn the blood into, and this is Perny at his most socially oblivious but well-meaning, into a shelter for Hollis? I know Hollis was uncomfortable sleeping under the stars. I'd like him to have a proper roof. So I figure this thing is huge. I could probably make some kind of decent shelter out of solid blood.
It's like a pup tent.
For Hollis.
I appreciate your efforts, but if you'll just give me 3 sticks, I can sleep under my shield.
There's like a relatively large and
of course.
a pointed.
I start making 3
There's a
sticks
lot
out
of blood here.
Yeah. Well, I start making 3 sticks out of blood for you. How big would you like them?
Very helpful.
You choose. I shall accept the gift in the spirit with which it was offered.
Oh, there is no spirit magic here. I save that for other things. So
Which is
I'll
to say,
make
creepy.
I'll make 3 good things to hold the shield out of blood, and I'll give them some wide bases so that they're not going to tip or anything. And
Good.
we can still and a little stake part at the bottom, so you can stake it into the ground, but then there's a flat plate.
17 Constitution save in order to actually go to sleep.
Ooh.
In your cursed pup tent.
Oh my goodness.
The roof is a roof I'm familiar with. It's these supports that have given me the heebie-jeebies, as it were.
Yeah, these like just solid, shining, dark red colored
Well, those
blood
who give
constructs.
support are often the least comfortable receiving it, so I understand. But I'm glad that you will accept this gift. Do we need anything else? Any other tools that we need made? A wagon? There's so much blood. It's having a field day here.
I will make sure to pull the heart aside. I'm going to do like a season, etc., and slip it into Grandma's bucket.
It's
With
too
some eyes
big.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I will do it in pieces with 2 of the eyes
Yep.
and part of the tongue.
Imagine those
That's
eyes
like-
are like
Sounds good.
basketball sized.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm-
a huge creature, so I imagine, yeah, probably the eyes on the drawing are fairly small, so I'm imagining they're probably about soccer ball sized.
Yeah.
Oh, I got pulled the choice meat inside.
Nice.
But
While
the
all
heart
this
is like
happening,
as big as your
while all
torso.
this is happening, I am going to sleep and doing my very best to not dream about how bad a healing spell would be if it had Perny's coagulation magic in it.
Hmm.
Good.
Yep.
Yep.
This requires some effort.
So yeah, I cooked frog for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, you put like one thigh, like one frog leg, which would be like for normal large frogs would be like a lollipop drumstick sized thing.
Yeah.
Is like it's like bigger than a cow's leg. Like it's like putting an entire animal on a spit.
Oh, that's gonna be good eating.
I can try to make some calamari with the tentacles.
Oh yeah.
Cut strips.
Man, this thing
I
you
need
can eat it like 4 ways. It's great.
I'm chewing on one like it's a big Twizzler.
That's fine. What do I need to roll to cook? I forgot.
Yeah, so it's a tool use. So you're rolling your I think we usually use wisdom plus
Oh.
plus your proficiency bonus.
If you need any oversized cooking tools, you need an
Make 'em out of
obscure
blood.
Just a
giant
really
metal
big
grate.
fry pan.
Yeah.
17.
I'm feeling like Tromlin's gonna be, cooking a meat in like a magical construct pan made from its own blood. It's kind of like cooking something in its own juices.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of an interesting
Makes its own
idea.
gravy.
that would be a really good seasoning. Actually, it would make its own
Perny
sauce.
is so eager to help. So if you let him in, he'll.
I will like. I need a big skillet, and I need a cauldron for these parts that I'm stewing.
Oh, fun! All right. Well, you just say when, and
I will do that.
Flowing and growing and expanding into.
So yes, we have meat for a few days that's cooked and ready to go.
Oh yeah,
I
there's
think
no
that-
way you could even come close to using all of this
I
thing.
think this
Are you
big-
challenging
choice
that?
cuts.
I will. Tromlin, do you have any of those cookies?
yeah, sure.
Those little ones? Can I have a handful?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. I will take and give each of the little tiny frogs bit of cookie.
You're
be like,
like
"Run along now, come on."
feed your new minions.
Yep.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So
Assume we rest for the night at that point.
yeah, I was gonna say, is that basically you just want to go back and rest for the rest of the night?
Yeah.
Try and get a long rest in. I
seems
think just
wise.
about everybody but Fetid
Yeah.
took some significant damage.
Yeah.
I'll take the first watch.
I should set my alarms as I usually
Oh God,
do.
please do. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll stay
Okay.
awake and keep watch throughout the night. And
As you
otherwise
do,
Update on my book.
as you are known to do.
Today's
Um,
weird adventures.
I actually think I'm going to call for the second poll now because
Ooh.
I can use it. Like I could, it doesn't matter when it happens. What matters is that I know which one. So I think
Right.
we can just call it now. So I'm going to ask you, y'all, to take a step out of the chat and ask my my shadow DM to prepare the second poll to post. Thanks a lot, Probable Futures. I see a bunch of bits.
I'm gonna do
Came
the
our
long
way.
rest stuff.
Okay, second poll is up. As always, audience, everyone gets a vote, but you can vote additional times if you want to put some bits or channel points or whatever else you got into the voting. And we'll let that run as always for 10 minutes. Okay, so during the night, then Perny, of course, just sits with his book and doesn't sleep like always. Tromlin, you're taking the first watch. Since you just got healed to full, you're feeling pretty good. Thanks to you're like, it's handy to bring a paladin around. Usually you're the healer, so it's kind of nice to be on the receiving end. You have been looking in your genealogy book. lately. So, do you want to spend some more time with that tonight?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I'm trying to figure out how I'm related to Copernicus.
What you reading there, Grand Nugget?
Our genealogy book.
Oh. I should probably. Purdy's probably not going to try and panic visibly, but he might be doing a little bit of it.
I would
internally,
like an
so-
insight roll from Tromlin.
What am I doing? Deception?
Yeah, insight from Tromlin versus deception from Copernicus.
Oh,
That's a 12.
I got a 23.
You're good at this.
It's like,
Oh.
this is my job, buddy.
Find anything interesting?
Should I? Do you have any hints where I can find it?
Uh,
I look straight at him. Like,
what's interesting, is perhaps just, how wonderful it is to have family at all. And I certainly, for one, am grateful for that. And certainly grateful for family who stays through things with you, thick and thin, whatever they learn about you and your dark past, whatever shady chapters of history they pluck your name from, they still love and respect you.
Granddad.
That is very important to family.
Granddad, sit down with me for a second. I don't know what I'm going to learn about you, and I don't know what you're scared about me learning about you. We're still family, and you've been more family than anyone I've ever had, except for Una. All right, nothing changes that.
I will.
Not
Where
even
that-
a lot of murders.
No, not even a lot of murders at this point.
A lot of murders.
I'm expecting a lot of murders. That's
That's not unreasonable.
Like, you don't get to be Pernie's age without a few murders under your belt.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've done a few murders by now.
Oh, for sure.
We've all done a few murders.
So you started at the beginning of the book, and much of it, the first few chapters, really, is about the founding of the house and sort of the history of House Boltrey. And it's a lot of it's like dry, boring political slog, as it's kind of like, this is the claim that the house has on rulership because the original Lord, Francis Boltrey did this and this, and you're just like, yeah. I want to get to like the family history, the family tree, and so you very quickly got through a bunch of that stuff and found the relevant sections where it talks about recent generations near the end of the book, and you find your father, who is Lord Ammon Boltrey, who is the eldest son and latest head of the house. And his brother, his younger brother Dracos, is in there as well. So Lord of Stormhill, who you've already met. And most of the stuff that is specific to the Boltreys, pretty boring. You don't find any reference whatsoever to Copernicus in there, but you weren't expecting to, because you do know what your mother's name is, which is Marion Sunshine. And so you find fairly quickly that the Boltrey line, not particularly interesting to you. One thing that does kind of jump out at you as you're skimming through is that the Boltreys, in addition to various marrying with other noble houses of the lesser sort, there are a handful of great houses in the north. And there is one great house that the Boltreys claim to have some connection to, some blood from, about 3 generations before Ammon Boltrey's father, and that is the Langarian house.
Oh, hey.
So House Boltrey claims to have some Langarian blood in it, specifically the Langarians of Riverbend.
Okay.
And actually, Alina, this
can
is
pull
maybe a
up the
good
map?
time to pull up a map.
Yeah, because that's near here, isn't it?
I will switch. No, we need to go to the other map. So I will switch which map is the current. Just got to move the thingy. Okay.
Let me know when it updates. There it goes.
It should be popping
Yeah.
up there.
I'll switch us over.
And if you switch over, you'll probably need to scroll a bit over to the east.
And zoom out a bit.
maybe zoom out. Yeah, zoom out a fair bit. My goodness. Okay, two people have become extremely competitive in this poll. Or two, not necessarily people, but two sets of votes. My goodness, excellent. Okay, so if you can, if you've got that zoomed out, and you could scroll over towards the east side, the right-hand side, you will see.
Where are we looking for, love?
Oh, wait a
Is
minute. Where's
it
Riverbend? Oh, this is the
Riverbend?
wrong map. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is a too zoomed in map. I needed the previous one after all. I was wrong. We just needed to zoom out a bunch on the map.
There we go.
There it is. Okay, now if you scroll over to the east side there, no, the other side, from my view anyway,
West?
towards the right.
Riverbend. There we go.
Yeah. So you can see Riverbend. Oh, is it
gotta
actually
zoom
going to
out.
be able to show up?
I gotta
You
zoom
have
out
to
a
zoom
little
out
bit more.
That's fine. I can point to it, so it doesn't matter if they can read it. So on the east side of the greensward.
Huh. We are actually stuck. I think I'm zoomed out weirdly on this.
Oh.
Give me a second here. I'm
On,
gonna mess with our settings.
That's okay. Our extremely hotly contested poll is still counting down here in the last couple minutes.
There we go. I got Karsh and Riverbend. That's as good as I can go right now.
Yep, that's all that matters. So yeah, you can see. So with Mud Hollow there being to the northwest of Karsh, Riverbend is basically due east. So this is a different group of Langarians than the guy you met in Ravenfall, but the same house.
Is Rockspire the Dwarven city?
Yes,
So that's where Hollis is from.
that is indeed.
Cool.
Riverbend's primary claim to fame is being the major trading point meeting of roads between Karsh and Rockspire.
So as I'm going through this, in the sunshine, I know it's Copernicus. So, I'll look first. So you're on my mother's side.
Yes, that is
Okay.
correct.
Copernicus, I really mean it. Nothing is going to change how I feel about you. All right? Family.
Family. He just clearly looks like he's still freaking out inside a little bit.
Even if you are not actually blood related to me, you are my family. And so is Barb.
Well, I appreciate that. I think, if I haven't said, I do think we are blood related.
Mm-hmm.
There's just genealogy is imprecise, and the records can be spotty, and things can get misreported. Crimes can be misunderstood.
Close the book. Hand it to Copernicus. I'm not going to read any further. This is upsetting you. You take.
Thank you. Perhaps I'll just borrow this for a while.
You can do whatever you want with it. I don't have to ever see it again if it makes you feel better.
Interesting.
Very, very kind of you. Copernicus is now looking a little bit guilty,
Aw.
but he's going to he will accept the book.
I will say, Randy.
Mhm.
My goodness, that was definitely the tightest poll, or the most engaged poll we've had in quite some time.
Fight, 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 fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, over 500 votes for two of the items.
Oh my god.
Jesus!
Holy
That's-
How many
smokes.
people are watching us right
People-
now?
Remember,
Somebody
they
burned
buy
a
more
million
votes with
bits.
channel points. Like people
Yeah.
put a ton of bits in there, is what they did.
I mean, thank you guys, but Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Yeah.
So the more time you spend on Twitch, the more things like bits and channel points you accumulate. So this is basically people care enough to drop them.
Aw.
Aw,
Somebody
you
said
guys.
something about I could really mess with this because I've got like 30,000. I don't think they did. Someone spent
was
11,000.
hilarious.
Wow.
yeah.
It was Metageeky. Metageeky
Aw,
put in
Meta.
like 11,000 channel
Geeky,
points.
metageeky.
Lord.
Thank you, Metagiki.
Now I'm
Okay.
really curious.
So I
about this
will
poll.
say, Tromlin, before you handed the book over, when you were still leafing through the section, when you got to the section on your mother, on the on Ammon Boltree, where it talked about his other relations, and they're tracing these histories back. You did see Marion Sunshine. You noticed the name of her father, which was listed as Captain Thaddeus Sunshine. And you also did see the name Copernicus. And there was a footnote that you didn't read that was attached to the name of Copernicus.
While Tromlin is curious, it's not worth hurting Copernicus.
I'm just saying that's what you know so far. That's what you got. So you
If
know
Copernicus-
exactly where to go if you get the book back.
Yes, if I do, but I'm not banking on that. So
And I think Copernicus will just say, when I met Barb, well, I suppose I still am. I have no noble claim myself. I was just a guy who fell in love and she fell in love with, and I came from merchants and stayed in merchants, and I just don't think there's very much of interest about Copernicus. I have forgotten what name I had. I think Copernicus might have actually forgotten what he took her name. And but it was an honor to share her name and to have shared a life with her, and perhaps with time I can tell you a little bit more about that.
I would like that very much when you are comfortable and ready, if you were ever comfortable and ready.
Excellent. So you continue to go through the night. You've done some more of your prep of some of this meat for preservation, and then you've had your watch period, so you could go to sleep, and someone else can take watch, or you can leave Copernicus to have a watch on his own. Obviously, he's not going to sleep. What do you choose to do? Someone taking a second watch here, or just going to leave it with
I hope so.
Copernicus?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take second watch. I imagine I went to sleep after having some frog meat, and now I'm up and ready.
Yeah, still fairly injured. So basically, what I want to know is Tromlin going to bother waking her up for her watch, or let Copernicus do it? Everyone else except Fetid went to bed with some injuries.
I don't want to. Actually, you know what? When I wake her, I'll give her a healing spell too.
Oh, nice. This
Sure.
taught me up.
Yeah, I mean, it probably won't heal.
Yeah, I only need like 20 to be full. And then I'll get my hit dice from a long rest.
13 more.
That's good.
So, but yeah, like I'd like to let her rest, but after this, I just don't feel that we should be having any short watches.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. So during your watch, then, Alina, I need you to make me a. What rolls am I going to need you to make here? I'm going to get you to make me a Constitution save.
Okay.
And a Perception roll.
Okay. Con save is, oh god, I forgot I have a +6 to that. So 19.
No problem. You're not having any trouble staying awake.
And perception is also a 16.
A 16. That's actually pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, I have +0 to it, but I rolled a 16.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Some things happen.
I'd be rolling.
Yeah, so during this period of the watch, actually, that's a good point. Can I get you to make a stealth roll, Copernicus?
Yeah.
This wasn't related to why I originally had you make the perception check, but it's relevant.
So I'm going to be using one with shadows, so that's a 28.
Yeah, no problem.
What's
you
going
are
on?
not struggling at all with that. Okay, so that's interesting.
Doing that, you've noticed, is not super perceptive.
So there's a point when Copernicus basically disappears for a bit, and you don't really
weird.
notice why or where, but you're like,
I assume he had to go pee.
through my normally functioning
Yes.
digestive
Yeah.
system.
Ugna assumes she still has not worked out that he doesn't eat, sleep, or go to the bathroom.
I am going to go ahead, I think, and make use of this amazingly supportive poll. Thank you very much, audience. I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger now then.
Ooh.
I
Since
don't like that.
It's a good time for that.
No, it's a bad time.
Everyone
There's
has
a
on
trigger?
It'd be a bad time.
There's a trigger involved. Yes.
Is the
that
poll
trigger
count
would
the
be
cat?
that trigger
Oh,
would
dear.
be the Alina, could you please remove the black token from Copernicus?
Oh
No.
no! Oh
No, I don't like it.
Because that's who the poll chose.
Oh no!
Good, great.
What is
Good.
happening?
What's a black token, and is it
So-
too late for me to leave?
Oh no. See, it is too late now.
You just sleep in your blood fort. Well,
It's
Yeah.
good. It's good.
Blood Shield Fort.
It's fine.
You've in your head you've named it Fort Blood Shield because it sounds cool.
That actually would be a really cool name for like a fort in a fantasy game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
So Howard, and for the audience, just because there may be some newer viewers, one of the mechanics that we are using as a house rule, which I've used in other games in the past and other rule systems make use of, is the black token. In addition to having the option of players spend inspirations for rerolls when they have them, and potentially hero points if they have those, players can always offer me a black token in exchange for some kind of advantage or ability to break the rules in a given situation, and that has occurred in the past. Or
I think
certain.
it's how I exposed Boab and
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
you took a black token in order to make everything work to your advantage to expose the cheating.
So why do I have a black token?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh,
But
oh no.
Don't ever remind the DM about your black
Oh
token.
no!
it's okay. No,
I
I don't
I-
forget. That's okay.
I don't
Like
remember
an
why.
elephant.
I knew I had one because
Yeah.
of the god thing, but that was taken care
There
of.
was-
I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago. This was a separate thing, but we can talk about it off
Cool.
camera.
Oh no.
And Fetid has a black token because we allowed the chat to bestow one once, and that's who they chose.
Oh, did we?
Thanks.
In the case of Copernicus's current black token now, I have the option at a later point of returning that black token in exchange for some things that happen to you. So in this particular case, those things are a whispery voice in your mind while you are taking the book to return it into Tromlin's bag. And Tromlin, tomorrow you will find the book in your bag again, along with a note, and I'll tell you what the note says when that time comes. As you are in the process of putting that book in the bag, you feel like a cold chill come from the book. You immediately go to your magical vision, but there's nothing magical about this book. It is an entirely mundane set of documents on genealogy. And you just can't drop this kind of shiver that goes through you. So you put the book away and you go back over towards the bucket and Barb to take some comfort there because you're feeling cold, which is not normally a thing that you do. When you touch the bucket, it also feels cold to your touch, more so than usual. And in fact, you notice that the bucket, usually when you look at the bucket, you clearly perceive the like wicked runes and other magical things on its surface. You do not perceive those right now. It's like it's shut down and it's cool to the touch. And you hear the voice whispering, and now it's definitely a voice calling your name and saying, Copernicus. It's not Barb's voice, which obviously you hear relatively frequently, being haunted and all. So this is new. And you feel like it's coming from a certain direction in the woods. And you feel compelled to see what it is.
Can I insight to try and figure out if I recognize it or anything
You
about it?
you don't need to roll. This feels like family. It feels like something connected to the book. You think that you were reminded of something. This is in your mind.
Yeah.
You feel like something has been a memory or something has been triggered by what you saw over Tromlin's shoulder in the book.
Okay. So I'm definitely gonna follow the voice. The question is whether or not I'm gonna think to tell someone where I'm going or what's happening. I think I'm gonna tell.
I will say, since you are doing this with a black token, that you don't think to tell anyone of what's happening. And in
Ooh.
fact, I'm going to keep your stealth roll so Ugna does not notice that you leave.
I'm like over in the clearing, just talking to some frogs. And like,
Is
doing
there a
my
way
perimeter.
that I can like prep a DM in my book so that like if I decide something goes wrong, I just like said like panic or like something like that? Can I have something?
You can sort of like have you could, like in the same sense that you can sort of have the book and the pen handy, like the way that you would ready a weapon.
Okay.
So you follow the sound of the voice, even though it's in your mind, and go off into the woods a short distance away, beyond the circle of the which you can see because you've got your magic vision going. You can actually see the alarm spell that Fetid has placed around the clearing that you're sleeping in. And you go through the woods, and you see a shadowy figure standing under a tree, waiting for you, glowing red eyes, and it hits you like a slap in the face that this reminds you so much of later years Barb.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not Barb's voice, and it's not
Yeah.
Barb. And
Yeah.
you take a few more steps forward, and you recognize
I think I know two.
your brother-in-law Shecky.
Oh, not who I thought it was gonna be.
It's totally your brother-in-law Shecky. Glowing red eyes.
Yeah.
Spitting image of Barb, right?
Yeah.
Like tightly wrapped in like crazy herb season bandages of some sort, black robes and spiky metal armor, like
His name
a
is
tall,
Shecky.
spiky crown. The
Am I
spiky
related to
gauntlets.
a mummy named
You remember.
Shecky?
Hey, Shecky, what's checking? It's been some time since we had a check-in.
He hisses.
Yeah.
Got me checking in my boots.
Oh yeah, I definitely say that.
And he raises a
Who
finger
killed Randy?
and he does this.
My character is
No.
so fucked.
Copernicus. No. And he points at you.
Oh.
And
Don't
you
like
feel a
that.
chill. You kind of brace yourself, expecting a spell. You sort of pop open the book and get your pen ready, and you glance down and you start to write. Like, what do you want to write as like a when you feel this spell?
Which direction did I walk in the woods? I'm just gonna start writing like help walked in woods north.
Yeah, north,
yeah.
probably north.
Yeah.
So you start to write.
Mhm.
Help walked north, and you get maybe that far, and you look up because of course you look down to like and you glance back up, and he's gone.
Okay.
Clearly,
Do not hit send.
you did not hear him move. You did not. Nothing.
Yeah.
He just is gone. No, you've begun writing on the page, so the message cutting off now appears in the minds of your friends, and the four of you. So not Hollis, of course, who has never signed your book, but everyone else gets the general Perninet call that just says, "Help! Walked in the woods north."
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Who? Hey,
false alarm! False alarm! Oh, good. Never mind.
And then followed with the false alarm, false alarm.
I fell asleep on the keyboard.
Do we all wake up with that?
Yes. Are you going to
Uh,
head back, or are you going to stay there? What do you want to do there, Copernicus?
I crit failed my perception check, and I'm sleeping the hell through this.
Good. You do that. That's
Yes.
perfect.
That's what a blood board is for.
That's why you get to have future appearances in the show.
This is what a blood shield is for. What? So,
Yeah.
what are you heading back, Copernicus? Or are you?
I want to inspect the area where Shecky appeared just to see if any clues I need to cover, any footsteps, any.
You see no trace whatsoever that anyone was standing here.
Yeah. Can I insight to try and guess what I think he meant?
You can. You might want to like get to a place that is a little less standing randomly under a damp tree in the middle of the woods.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I will do that. I will go back to the.
Come and sit by the fire and have a think.
So what are the rest of you doing? You got the
Um,
secondary message of never mind, false alarm.
I'm going. Fuck that. I don't give a shit.
Okay, you're heading northward.
I'm going to track him the best I can.
I will help, since that's kind of what I do.
I'm gonna try not to set off Fetid's alarms as I.
So make me a survival roll, Fetid,
All right.
as you're going to pull out the tracking to see which way Copernicus went.
Ugna does the thing where she
Yeah.
like goes to run off after Tromlin and Fetid, and then realizes there's still people in camp, and like looks back and forth, and then just goes.
At the sleeping dwarf.
Yell if you need help. After the two of
We
them.
will.
Thumbs up.
I rolled a 19. So
Yeah, no problems. You easily follow Copernicus's trail, and several things are going to happen simultaneously here. So as you're heading north after the trail, Copernicus is heading back south the way he came. As you meet each other, Copernicus, you have crossed the threshold of the alarm spell, and the alarm goes off. So now Hollis will wake up as Fetid's voice.
I am trying not to
Fetid's
set
voice
off the
goes.
alarm.
What's that?
I am trying not to set off the alarm, and I
I
can't
know,
see
but
it.
it goes off.
Okay.
You're not you don't know why, because you
Yeah.
shouldn't be able to set off the alarm passing
Oh.
through it, because you
You're
were in
part
the
of the
circle
camp.
when it was cast.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, the alarm goes off, and there's just a resounding Fetid's yelling voice that goes "fuck."
Yep.
And that will also
That's the
waken
setting of our
Hollis.
alarm.
It's
Yeah,
effective.
they set it. You can set it to vibrate. You can set it to fuck.
No, that's what we said it. And I
Like a lot of things.
look over at Hollis and I go, they ran off for some reason, but I think everything's okay.
So when I heard the kobold shouting obscenity, what I was hearing was the alarm spell.
Oh yeah, that's just an alarm. He does that all the time.
I will forego any attempt to describe to you how that exclamation worked itself into what was otherwise a very pleasant dream, and I'm now going to attempt to get back to that dream.
I'll let you know if there's any danger or anything.
Oh, a hype train is close.
Hype train.
Probable Futures seems to have set off a hype train.
Goodness.
Yeah, so the alarm has gone off. Fetid, something has crossed through your alarm spell the moment that Copernicus crossed into your alarm spell.
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't like what that implies. I don't think that it didn't recognize me. I think something's coming with me, and I am.
It's cousin Shecky.
I would call that a reasonable,
Hey, Perny,
assumption.
stop wherever you are.
I will
And
stop.
I think we're all going to try and make some perception rolls.
Okay, wait. The alarm spell should not just go off when someone sets out into the woods to fill a hole, correct?
Not when one of our party does that. It should not have triggered
So,
just from Perny's presence.
Ugna, when you said, when I'm sorry, I must have misinterpreted the potential seriousness of the loud fuck I heard.
Welcome to the party. We do that all the time.
I mean, we have like 10 flavors of fuck.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, I don't know how that spell
It's
works.
usually Tromlin, but
We're basking
Tromlin, you
fucking-
and I should have a conversation in which I learn 3 more flavors than I currently know. But that can wait. Quick perception check.
Perny, I think it might be a good idea for you to explain what has been going on while we were asleep. Because something is clearly very amiss here.
I was just feeling a little off, and I thought I would go for a walk to clear my head. And then I just I saw, I guess, a vision from the past, let's call it, and now I feel strange and
Okay.
cold.
All right.
You can insight that if you want.
I would like to. My insight is probably not as useful here as my perception. So, Mr. DM, I'm going to make a perception roll to see what I can see.
Sounds
That'd be
good.
Probably not be much since I'm just a
Maybe one as well?
kobold,
There is
Uh,
something to be noticed, but it's very difficult to notice right now. So it's
but
high
I
target.
got a 16, so I'm guessing I probably won't do it.
No, that won't cut it.
How about a 26?
Ooh.
There. That's more like it.
Not the best, but damn close.
I mean, that's real good.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's an extra player being, that doesn't mean shit though. It can be like 30 something.
Mm.
And, Perny is really freaked out. I did roll 20, dirty 20 on deception for trying to seem like he's more or less calm or okay, but he's like really, really freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit cakes.
I've seen the sort of things that don't freak out Perny, so that's bad.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming
Not
I haven't seen
great.
Chucky in, let's call it living memory. How did he feel? No one liked me, so never mind. I know how he felt. All right then.
Sorry, I'm just communicating it with secret things.
With a shadow DM.
There's...
No, with some of my players.
Ooh.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, did anyone else make a perception roll? I only caught Jeff's.
I got
Randy.
26.
Randy.
Yeah.
And what did you get, Randy?
26?
As you come up with, let's say you have grabbed, you're running off through the woods in the dark. So let's say you grabbed, like a stick from the fire, just so you've got some ambient light beyond the basics of
Real
dark
quick,
vision.
did he leave the bucket behind as well?
Did you?
I don't.
Do you think
think
you
I
would
would've.
have? No,
No, I don't.
no, he didn't. He has
Okay,
the
because
bucket.
I would have grabbed that as well. Never mind.
Actually, you know what? You weren't acting entirely under your own volition. Let me roll for it. No, he did not take the bucket with him, which is very unusual.
Oh, that's
but you
weird.
have grabbed it.
I
you
grabbed
have the
bucket in a torch.
Yeah. So with that perception roll, in the flickering light of your torch, you do catch sight of something moving when Copernicus is not. He's standing perfectly stock still. Something in the underbrush behind him moves.
Mr. Copernicus, I'm terribly sorry to intrude upon your personal space, but one of the abilities I have to pierce the veil, as it were, and sense other things, has revealed to me that you have acquired a friend, or perhaps an enemy of the infernal or perhaps undead variety that is currently sharing the same space that you are. It's uncomfortable for me to continue to look at it, and I can't imagine how it feels standing amid it.
So
You feel
I
totally
think-
normal.
Yeah, I think that Perny, just the fastest way to describe him is like he looks like what a dog looks like when a vet looks at the dog. Like he knows that there's about to be some kind of unpleasant operation,
Yeah.
and he does not want to cooperate, and he is scared, but he knows he shouldn't run or bite. So he's
That
just kind of
animal
like
is going to
fight-
swallow my
fight-
thermometer.
His gears are down.
He's kind of in freeze. Like he's not going to cooperate, but he knows that you should probably do something to him. He might go feral. I don't know. That is how I am.
With this conversation, Randy, the moving in the brush has stopped.
Oh, I'm moving towards the brush anyway. I don't give a shit. I'm moving straight towards it.
Yeah,
Okay.
even Ugna's starting to see that something's up, and she's gonna come over with her hammer.
Yeah, there's nothing there. There's nothing in the brush. In fact, when you examine closely with your torch, what you saw or what you thought you saw is like gone. Whatever you saw was moving is definitely not there anymore.
Turn to Copernicus, return, hand him the bucket.
As you move further away from where you were searching, you catch a glimpse of it out of the corner of your eye again. It's almost like when you come closer with the light, it's not there.
Does my divine sense reveal anything about that bucket as it enters our space?
Ooh.
No, but now that you're paying closer attention to the bucket, you realize that there is a bit of a dead space where that bucket is. So basically, you can't sense whatever's inside that bucket with divine sense.
It's like lead lined for divine sense.
Yeah.
I am going to hand the torch to Fetid, and I'm going
Okay.
to move in the direction of the movement without the light on me.
So when you do so, you kind of it's so hard to perceive, but you rolled so well on your perception. There is only when the light is on the other side of Copernicus can you see this very subtle movement in the brush, and it takes you a while to kind of like you keep moving leaves aside. There's nothing there, and eventually you realize it's his shadow that is moving separate from him. Not a lot, like just like normal sort of like body movements like you would do if you were just kind of standing and shuffling in place. Not like it's actually like doing a dance or anything. But yeah, his shadow is not exactly his shadow, which makes it very hard to see because it's nighttime.
Can I do an insight check to put together? We've been talking about family. I had the genealogy book. He's been nervous all day. And now all this shit's going on.
Make me an insight roll, and I'll tell you what is most reasonable to put together with that.
Oh, shit. That's nice. 18 plus 7, 25.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You are aware that Grandma Barb does kind of haunt your grandfather from time to time, and he's had weird crap like this happen to him before. There were things bleeding in his general vicinity. There was like things floating. A weird shadow, not a huge jump. So you wouldn't be, maybe this is related to Barb? Maybe something in the book upset Barb or something about the book, because you were talking about his family and like possible bad things that you might find out about his family. So you think maybe you may have upset Grandma to some degree and something's going on there.
I will stoop towards the shadow and say, I'm sorry if I upset you. If you want something to eat, let me know. We got still some eyes and other parts of the heart left.
There might be some frog left.
As you get closer to the shadow and start speaking to it, it will hurt. There will be a similar cold wave, and you will actually take 4 psychic damage from a hiss in your mind.
Oh dear.
Okay, Grandma's never done that to me.
No.
Bernie might actually... I know that I can't turn to face this because it's inside me, but he might try and point at something in the shadows and be like, no! Like, right back. Like, the same way it was done to him. But
I no longer believe this is Barb. I back away. Grandpa, who's visiting
He
us?
snapped at his shadow like it was a misbehaving dog.
Yep.
Very on brand.
Who's visiting us?
Just an old family member who could be welcome under the right circumstances, but not if he's going to pull that shit.
Mr. Copernicus, let me begin by saying I remain in your debt, and in my observation of your efforts, you appear to be a person who is attempting to do good. And so this manifestation about you, whatever's happening, I do not take it as a means by which I might pass some sort of good or evil judgment upon you. And I say that up front because that's what paladins are most often known for, is, oh my God, I sense evil, and then out comes the hammer, and things start to glow, and we don't have any more friends. What I'm driving at here is, I trust you. Please be honest with us so that we might help. I myself have been haunted on occasion, and it's not through any blame of mine. So tell us about this distant relative and why they're infecting your shadow with something that gives clerics the chills.
I return
My-
to camp and start making a plate for my relative.
And a 19 persuasion,
Oh,
a
good.
19 persuasion if we want to leave things up to the dice.
This is, you know what? We're at about break time, so let's give Peter a chance to think about what he might want to story he might want to do here. And we'll break on the visual of Tromlin being like, "Oh no, I'm concerned," but also
Late night
another
snack. Let's
family
make a
member.
late night snack for a visitor.
I'm going to start cooking.
Basically, look, you gotta be a host.
I know!
No, Copernicus
I
has to be a
definitely know
host.
that.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay, so we're going to break here, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you.
All right. See y'all.
Thank you guys. See you soon.